Students, my name is Niyati Said and thanks for watching Edupedia word videos. My topic for the presentation is the fifth section of circulatory system, that is heart sound. As we very well know that the beating heart produces characteristic sounds which can be heard by placing the ear against the chest or by using a stethoscope. A stethoscope is an instrument which magnifies sound and conducts them to ear. Okay. So in a normal person, two sounds are produced per heartbeat. What are those? So the first sound is lub. This is caused partly by the closure of the bicuspid and the tricuspid valves. Bicuspid and tricuspid valves we have already studied in my previous presentation. You can refer to that. Okay, so the first sound is lub. This is caused partly by the closure of the bicuspid and tricuspid valves and partly by the contraction of the muscles in the ventricle. Okay, the first sound, that is lub, is very low pitched, students. It is not very loud and it is not of longer duration. Okay, now what about the second sound of heart, that is dub. Dub and dub both are same, so don't get confused. Okay, dub and dup, they both are same, so don't get confused with that. That is our second sound. This is caused by the closure of the semilunar valves and it marks the end of the ventricular systole. Ventricular systole means when ventricles they contract, then that is known as ventricular systole. Okay. So the second sound, it is caused by the closure of the semilunar valves and it marks the end of the ventricular systole. The second sound, that is dub, is highly pitched. Okay, unlike first sound that was lub. Okay, so the dub is the second sound which is highly pitched. It is louder, it is sharper and it is shorter in duration. Okay, the two sounds have been described in words as lub-dub and their quality indicates the state of the valves. Damage to the bicuspid or tricuspid valve affects the quality of the first heart sound. Now when the semilunar valves are injured, a soft hissing noise, that is lubbish, is heard in place of second sound. This is called as heart murmur. Okay, what it is called as? It is called as heart murmur. Okay, it may be caused by the syphilis. Syphilis is a STD or you can say sexually transmitted disease, and it can be also caused by rheumatic fever or any other disease which injures the semilunar valve and affects their working. Thus the blood can leak back from the pulmonary trunk and the aorta into the ventricles. Okay, now sometimes if you noticed, during a normal heartbeat these sounds repeat in a regular pattern of lub-dub pause. Any additional sounds such as liquid rushing or gurgling indicate a structure problem in the heart. The most likely cause of these extraneous sounds are defects in the arterial and the ventricular septum or leakage in the valves. Okay. So, during each cardiac cycle, two prominent sounds are produced. Which are those? As I have told you earlier, first sound is called as lub. It is due to the closure of bicuspid and tricuspid valves and partly by the contraction of the muscles in the ventricle. Okay. And the first sound lub is very low pitched. Okay, that is very low pitched and not very loud and is of longer duration. Okay, so this is the first heart sound lub that occurs when atrioventricular valves they close. Okay, Now what about the second one? Second sound is a dub. It is due to the closure of the semilunar valve. It occurs when a semilunar valve, it closes. This is the semilunar valve. Remember students, I have taught you in my previous presentation. So this is our semilunar valve. Okay. So, second, it is caused by the closure of the semilunar valve, and it marks the end of the ventricular systole. That is ventricular. When ventricles they contract, it produces dub sound. Okay. So the dub sound is highly pitched, louder, sharper, and it is very shorter in duration. Okay. And the two sounds have been described in words as lub-dub, and their quality indicates the state of the valves, which I have told you. Okay, so the one heartbeat is equals to lub and dub. I would like to tell you what's the difference between first and the second heart sound. So the first heart sound, it is produced by the closure of bicuspid and tricuspid valve, and second heart sound, it is produced by the closure of aortic and pulmonary semilunar valve. So this was the first difference between first heart sound and second heart sound. Now what's the second difference? First heart sound is lower pitched, less loud, and of longer duration. What about the second? It is highly pitched, louder, and is of shorter duration. What about the third distinction between the first heart sound and the second heart sound? First heart sound, it lasts for 0.15 seconds. Whereas second heart sound, it lasts for just 0.1 second. As I have told you, it is of very shorter duration. Okay. So this comes to an end. Stay tuned and keep watching Edupedia word videos. In my next section of presentation, we'll be studying about the regulation of the cardiac activity, neural control of heart, heartbeat, and pulse. So till then, stay tuned.